Welcome back. Every Tuesday, we highlight some of your biggest sports stories of the week on Women in Sports. And we begin today on the tennis court. The 4 quarterfinal matches are set, a couple of them already done, at the French Open. In one of them, it's an American showdown. It's world number 2, Coco Gauff, taking on Rock Island native right there on your screen, world number 8, Madison Keys. In the first semifinal match, they'll battle it out early tomorrow morning, and you can watch it if you wake up early. It'll be at 4 a.m. Central Time on TNT. And by the way, by getting to this matchup, Coco Gauff is now the youngest player to reach 5 or more quarterfinals at a Grand Slam event since Venus Williams did it at the US Open in 2001. Meanwhile, one of the semifinal matches have also been set, and it's between the 2 most dominant women in tennis over the past few years. Aryna Sabalenka and Iga Swiatek will go head-to-head. And get this, for all of their dominance over the years, these 2 have never faced off in a Grand Slam final. And it looks like that'll continue, with only one of them walking away victorious and heading to the championship after their showdown on Thursday morning. And by the way, at this year's French Open, Aryna Sabalenka reached her 10th straight Grand Slam quarterfinal. When asked about it by reporters, she just laughed and called it a crazy stat. And from tennis to golf we go. This weekend, the U.S. Women's Open, the highest paying tournament on the LPGA, wrapped up in Washington County, Wisconsin. And while she didn't win, world number 1, American Nelly Korda, tied for 2nd place in her best finish of the 2025 season. Korda has had a bit of a rough start to her year after just dominating last year. But she says she learns a lot about herself and her game every time she plays the U.S. Women's Open. So the winner was Sweden's Maja Stark, who won her very first career major trophy and the $2.4 million purse. She said she'd lost her confidence heading into this tournament, and it was only her decision to stop worrying that led to her win. And real quick in soccer, Team USA played their first match since early April in an international friendly against China this weekend. The Americans walked away victorious, 3-0. The team will now play Jamaica tonight at 7 p.m. Central Time with live coverage on TNT. All right, in the WNBA, the league's in-season tournament, called the Commissioner's Cup, kicks off today. The team from each conference with the top record in the next 5 games will compete in the Commissioner's Cup Championship on July 1st. For the Fever, that includes tonight's game against Washington right here on Channel 8, and then games this Saturday, next Tuesday, next Saturday, and the following Tuesday, June 17th. And there are 2 undefeated teams left in the WNBA. It's the Minnesota Lynx and the New York Liberty that have been dominant so far this season. These were, of course, the 2 teams that faced off in last year's finals. They're both heavy favorites to make it back to the championship once again. We have 2 local ladies nominated for this week's Midwest Technical Institute Score Standout list. And we'll start with Olivia Snow from Bettendorf. Check that out. Right there, as time expired in the Bulldogs regional final, Olivia scored the game-winning goal. Also nominated this week, Drew Dorsey from Assumption. That you just saw right there was one of her 5 goals in the Lady Knights regional final win. So pull out your phones. Scanning this QR code will take you right to the page where you can vote for any of this week's Midwest Technical Institute Score Standouts. You have until tomorrow at noon to cast your vote. You can also always find the page to vote at WQAD.com right on the homepage. Each week's winner is featured on Off the Cuff. And finally tonight, it was one of the most shocking upsets in years in the world of college softball. During last night's Women's College World Series semifinals, Texas Tech did the impossible and defeated Oklahoma. The Red Raiders saw a walk-off win in the bottom of the 7th to win 3-2. This ends Oklahoma's streak of 4 consecutive national titles, one of the most dominant stretches in all of college sports history. And now we'll wait to see which softball team wins it all this year after the finals begin in Oklahoma City tomorrow afternoon. That'll do it for this week's edition of Women in Sports.